Good morning, everyone who's joining us online. It's now April the 1st, 2026, and today is the anniversary, 233rd anniversary of our treaty 3.5, commonly called the Simcoe Deed, that was proclaimed on April the 1st, 1793, providing our community with 97,000 acres of land called the Tyendinaga Mohawk Tract. And so today is the anniversary of that, and I know it's also April Fool's Day. And so today we have an agenda before you. The first item of business is to adopt the agenda. Then we'll have the minutes of March the 20th, 2026. We'll have questions on any business arising from those minutes. Any travel for the chief and council will be approved. That's upcoming. The council meetings will be identified for the month of May and June 2026. We'll have a motion to schedule a meeting to review the governance manual for the Mohawks, the Bay of Quinte. And I did have a question from the community. Is this a public document? If they could have a copy of it. There's been a request from one member. There's a community services business registration renewal. There's a harvesting request from David Miracle. There's a home support new bus purchase from surpluses that they have. There's a respect in the workplace policy, human resources. The Ministry of Transport Ontario want to put no parking signs up along Highway 49 near the gas stations. Derek Wong invoices need to be approved. There's a motion required for a half limit, which is an add-on. The Salmon River Bridge Rehab project, there's information on that needs to be approved by council. There's an add-on from ECC and ALTC agreement to sign that. The ENT ALTC agreement needs to be signed and motion to approve that. The upcoming council meetings are April 8th for local business, April the 22nd for regular council, April 22nd for local business. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll motion.
Sorry, I want to add something.
Okay,
please.
Go ahead.
I would like to add the recent request for the name change for the riding.
Yes.
Which is removing Tyendinaga from the Hastings, Lennox, and adding. I would like to discuss that.
Okay. Okay, that'll be added on. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as amended? I thought Aaron moved. Your agreement with that?
Yep.
Aaron and Oguari? Here. Been moved by Aaron and seconded by Oguari to adopt the agenda as amended. Is there anybody opposed? Okay, let's call this meeting. We need a motion to call the meeting to order. Motion. Moved by Oguari. Who will second it?
I'll second.
Aaron, anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We'll have the minutes. Of March the 20th, 2026. So for our readers, our listeners online, the council regular minutes of Friday, March the 20th, 2026 at 2:30 p.m. in the council chambers. Present were myself, Chief Don Miracle, Chris Brandt was present, Curtis Brandt present, Aaron Ferranti present, Linda Lewine present, and Kristen Sarah Locke present. Oguari had work commitments and had sent his regrets. Present were from staff were Angela Miracle, the acting CAO, Shelley Bowden, the executive administrative assistant and recording secretary to the council, Charles Miracle, the executive assistant to the chief. Motion 1 was moved by Chris Brandt, seconded by Linda Lewine to call the meeting to order. The motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Aaron Ferranti and seconded by Chris Brandt to adopt the agenda. The motion was carried. Motion 3 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda that the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council minutes of March the 4th, 2026 be approved. The motion was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the following meetings outside the territory. Chief will be attending the AIA Chiefs Council meeting on strategic planning session on April 16th and 17th, 2026 in Niagara Falls. Will be attending the AIA Housing Conference on May the 5th and 6th, 2026 in Niagara Falls. Ogwari, Chris, and Linda attending the Iroquois Caucus Harvesting Working Group on April 13th and 16th, 2026 in Ganawagi. And Ganawagi is not spelled right. An H is missing. Motion 5 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to defer the trespass residency bylaw opinions for the budget to be completed, and the motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis that the Tyendinaga Council hereby approve the Chief Miracle to remove the Queen Anne silver from the Bank of Montreal vault for the Easter services on April 5th, 2026. Resolution 2025-26-085 was approved and signed. The motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Chris and seconded by Aaron to approve scheduling the meeting with the Ministry of Natural Resources on April 1st, 2026. TMC agenda and to present the 2026 field programs. And this relates to the health of the fishery in the Bay of Quinte, and we understand the stocks are good and the health of the fishery is good as well. Motion 8 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron to approve Chief Miracle attend the J Treaty Board Alliance meeting on April 2nd, 2026 in Toronto. The motion was carried. Motion 9 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron to approve the business registration renewals for the gas depot, owner John Akey, the smoke depot, owner John Akey, Nation's Finest Convenience, owner Tara Green. Motion 2, Nation to Nation, owner Kevin J. Brandt, Onkwe Neha Enterprises, the owner John Baptiste, Gaswonta Trading, owner John Baptiste, Mohawk One, owner John Baptiste, Native Renaissance, owner Thomas B. Miracle, Sam Lil's Variety, owner Wanda Sam Martin, BB Tobacco, owner Ryan Baptiste, Arnie's Frozen Foods, owner Arnold Sager, Arnie's Appliance and Variety, owner Arnold Sager, Arnie Sager's Pallets, owner Arnold Sager, Smoke and Pit Stop, owner Lisa Miracle Sexsmith, Smoke and Speedway, owner Virginia Miracle, Speedway Gas, Virginia Miracle, and Lisa Miracle Sexsmith are the owners. Sago Full Service Gas, owner Sharon Miracle. Res Boys, owner James Bowden. Res Cresting, owner Kurt Brandt. Mohawk Trading, owner Robert Greenwood. Fast Freddy's North, owner Michael Stephen Brandt. Fast Freddy's, owner John W. Brandt. 49 Quick Stop Gas Bar, owner John W. Brandt. Gas and Go, owner John W. Brandt. 49 Quick Stop, owner Robin G. Brandt. Nation's Finest Esso, owner Jason Miracle. 5 Nations Tobacco and Fuels, owner Jason Miracle. Nation's Best Esso, owner Tara Green. Christina's Drive-Thru, owner Christina Akey. Mohawk Tobacco, owner Matthew Brandt. Smoke and Coffee Express, owner Brian Brandt. And the motion to approve those was moved and carried. Motion 10 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to decline the signing of the Ministry of Tobacco Retail Agreement 2026-2027. The motion was carried. And so on this, the council simply accepts a lesser quota, and they don't have to regulate it. Motion 11 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the tobacco allocations for the following: 49 Quick Stop Frozen Foods, 49 Vape, Arnie's Appliance and Variety, Arnie's Frozen Foods, B&B Tobacco, Breakaway Gas and Convenience, Christina Cafe Drive-Thru Smokes, Deb Gas Bar and Restaurant, Fast Freddy's North, 5 Nations Gas and Go, L&M Enterprises, Mohawk Duty Free, Mohawk One, Mohawk Tobacco Outlet, Mohawk Trading, Nation to Nation, Nation's Best Convenience, Nation's Finest, Native Renaissance 2, Onkwe Neha Enterprises, Res Boys, Res Cresting, Sago Full Service Gas and Variety, Salmon River, Salmon Little Variety, Smoke Coffee Express, Smoke Pit Stop, Smoke Speedway, Speedway Gas, Sundance Trading, The Gas Depot, The Smoke Depot, United Trading, Village Variety. Motion 12 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to defer the discussion regarding the funding for the detailed design for the Tourism Center for clarification on the budget. The motion was carried. Motion 13 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the signing of the 5-year clinical placement agreement with Loyalist College for 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing for nursing students. The motion was carried. Motion 14 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve to pay the JFK Law invoice number 405725 in the amount of $1,450 for the for EFT transfer issue. Motion 15 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris B. Brandt to approve the proposed project plan for submission to the Build Canada Homes funding, including the commitment for $13,497,478 for the immediate construction of the infrastructure phase for the Huron-Brant Drive Phase 3 housing development. The motion was carried. Councillor Chris Brandt left the meeting at 4 p.m. Motion 16 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron to approve the revisions to the Bank of Montreal rental incentive, to approve the revisions to the MBQ rental incentive policy. The motion was carried. Motion 17 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Linda to approve awarding the contract to Build All Contractors in the amount of $27,000 for the building demolition at 984/Road and the project budget in the amount of $34,326. The motion was carried. Motion 18 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Kristen Iserlov to approve to reschedule April 15th, 2026 meeting. TMC meeting will now be April 22nd, 2026. The motion was carried. Council confirmed the following meetings. Motion 19 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda that this meeting go into private. Those are the minutes of March the 20th. Are there any errors and corrections to the minutes outside of the ones that have already been the spelling of the word Ganawagi and what needs an H in there on motion 4?
No.
No, I'm good.
Can I have a motion then to accept the minutes as corrected?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Aaron and Sarah? Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed?
No.
Seeing none. Is there any business arising from the minutes, Chris?
The chief, I'd like to attend that housing symposium meeting that in Niagara Falls on May 5th and 6th. Going along. You're going to that, right?
Yes.
I would like to go to that meeting also.
Okay, we'll put that when we travels outside the community, item number 3.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, we'll add that there. So, do you have any business arising from the minutes, Chris? Chip, do you have any? Aaron?
No.
Sarah?
No, I don't.
Linda?
No.
Ogwari? Okay, well, it's none.
Shelley, are we on? Are we live?
Okay, meetings outside of the territory. So I think I was already approved in the minutes for the May 6th, May 5th and 6th. We'll just need to approve that Chris and I will attend then.
I'll second.
Macquarie and Linda. Is anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
So Chief, I'm not opposed, but I would suggest that if anyone travels on council business, when they return in the next meeting, they can give
A report?
a report on
Yeah, okay.
the conference.
Okay,
I'll
well,
be going because Tom, the director of housing, is not able to go. So, being the portfolio holder, I will go in his place.
the next item that we have on the agenda, take out your phones and your calendar. Are the meetings, council meetings for May and June 2026? So the first item is, the first date proposed is May the 6th. Is that date good for everyone? Any conflicts with May the 6th? None?
Oh, I thought your
Attending the housing.
symposium was 5th and 6th.
Yeah, we're going to the symposium, but will there be a quorum then to do the business?
I potentially may have a conflict just on the 6th.
Okay, then we'll need to reschedule that date to what date then? The 5th?
Should do the 8th or 5th?
The 5th, the symposium is the 5th and 6th.
The 8th would be better for me.
Yeah, the 8th will work for me too.
So we'll change that date from the 6th to the 8th if council's agreeable. And the next council, the regular council would be May the 20th. Is there any conflicts with May the 20th?
Nope.
So the 20th is good with everyone? Local business. Is May the 7th okay with everyone? May the 13th, pardon, excuse me, May 13th.
Yep.
Any conflicts with May 13th for local business? Seeing none?
I do,
Okay,
I do.
and what date would you?
But I
propose?
mean, you could, I mean,
Just carry on?
yeah, if need be.
Okay, so we'll keep the 13th then. And just note that Sarah's got a conflict with that date. And the next date is the 27th for local business. Any conflicts with that date?
Is that, sorry, Chief, is that, did we say local business? Is that-
20, local business, the 27th.
Those dates are on, at 7 o'clock.
It's on the sheet.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my calendar at the same time.
Any dates any conflicts on the 27th?
No,
No.
I mean,
Sarah?
No.
Okay, that's good then. Go to June. The first is the 3rd of June for the regular council meeting. Is that date good with everyone? Any conflicts with June the 3rd? The 17th then?
I do have another meeting on the 17th,
Okay,
but if there's full council, then you guys can.
and what date would you
proceed.
propose, Aaron?
I'm good any other day that week too, 15, 16, 18, or 19.
What does the 18th look like, the Thursday?
That works for me.
18th will work?
I'm hoping.
Okay, so that date will change the 17th. So then the local business would be on the 10th. Any conflicts on the 10th for local business?
Not for me. That's fine.
Good with everyone?
Yep.
Okay. And the next date would be the 24th of June for local business. Any conflicts there?
I think isn't that the AIAI meeting that we're hosting?
No, it's been moved to July. Is
Oh,
that
it's been
still
moved
the
to
date,
July.
Charlie?
Okay, to July what?
21st to the 23rd.
What's the date, Charlie? 21st to the 23rd. Any conflicts with the 24th?
When, isn't June usually Chiefs of Ontario too? Because July,
notice.
We haven't got the notice yet for the dates,
so we might have to move it
Yeah.
later on.
but we'll set it tentatively now for that, the 24th then. That's good with everyone?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll need a motion then to approve that the regular council meetings for May will, for regular business, will be May the 8th and 20th at 9:30 a.m. And for local businesses, it'll be May the, what day did we say the first one?
13th and 27th.
No, the 13th wasn't, Sarah said just carry on. Okay, it'll be the 13th and 27th. And for June, it'll be June the 3rd and 17th,
Oh,
regular.
Oh, my, sorry, Chief.
18th.
18th, pardon me.
On Wednesday, June 24th,
Yes.
in the evening is the QMS graduation. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
shoot.
hold
I
that.
also will not.
Well, then
be
we
here.
better change the date. We better change that date then. So what date's good then? Will we have it the 23rd then, the night before?
Mhm.
The 23rd work for everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So then for June, the regular council will be on June the 3rd and 18th.
Yes.
And local business will be on June the 10th and 23rd. Do I have a mover to
All
approve?
motion, Chief.
Chris will second it.
I'll second.
Aaron, and moved by Chris and second by Aaron to approve those dates. Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. We have to schedule a meeting to review the Mohawks to Bay County Governance Manual. What dates is council proposing? This should be a separate meeting unto itself and not piggybacked on something else.
So I see that we received it this morning, which is great. How about the last week of, oh, no, that's me.
I'm into May on my calendar.
Yeah. Me too. What about May 4th or May 11th?
I'm good with either one of those.
I'm good with May 4th, but not 11th.
Okay.
Well, May the 4th, well, May the 5th and 6th, we're going up to Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
So
we'll be away.
Are we gonna drive up to Niagara Falls in the morning of
No,
the 5th?
that will go the night before because it's a long drive and there's heavy traffic.
I'll drive at 2 o'clock in the
Well,
morning.
I'm not going to be driving at 2 o'clock in the morning. Forget that.
What if we meet the morning of the 4th, and then you guys can get on the road to Niagara Falls?
I'm fine with that. You guys are traveling, so.
Is it?
Maybe if you, meeting, that we should have every Monday. Joining on that.
What is the meeting, Charlie?
It's the occupancy for the nursing home.
That's 11 o'clock. That's usually what a half an hour I could step out for that.
Yeah, but it's not just you, it's a half an hour.
Yeah.
It's you and Tommy and me
And
and don't forget this is with the executive team, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Would a Friday be better then?
And Susan and Tara. Well, we could always ask them to if we can move that meeting that day to the next day. Or the chief won't be there though. He'll be at his meeting, never mind.
Well, the
About May
council could take a
8th.
break for half an hour, and sometimes it's not even that long.
We'll just be getting close to occupancy by then, right?
Yeah.
Well, what if we meet on the governance manual from like, say, 9 till noon? And then you can move the
Later.
residency meeting just to like right after.
Okay,
Does that
so
work?
Yeah, we can ask them to move it up. We'll just make sure that, I think that's with the ministry contact, so we'll just ask her availability. Because the rest of us is internal here. But is 3 hours gonna be enough?
No, maybe not, but it's a
Well,
start.
It's a start. Depends on how you wanna go through it too, right?
some items may not require a lot of discussion, but some items may.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that gives us like a solid month that we can all
Study it.
review it.
May 4th.
That'll be at 9 a.m. or 9:30.
Oh, I don't know, it's up to you.
Why don't we start at 9?
9,
And we'll see if the fire hall's available too, right? Because I think that's why we're moving it last time, because it would be all of you guys and all of the executive team, and that's like to almost 20 people. But
okay.
Okay, 9 a.m. then is your mover. May 4th, 2026, 9 a.m. for the governance manual review.
I'll move to, okay, location to be determined?
Fire hall.
yeah, we'll confirm if the
Linda,
fire hall's
okay.
available.
It's been moved by Councilor Linda Lewin. Is there a seconder for that motion? Obari? Is anybody approved? Anybody opposed? Seeing no opposition, the motion is carried. And Ogori, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday too. A belated birthday was yesterday, right?
Oh,
Monday?
Well, happy birthday.
what day are we on?
That's not on the agenda. But we have a business registration renewal. Bay Shore Road Community Consulting, Brent Miracle is the owner. It's a consultant, environmental and fire inspections not required, insurance not required. The recommendation is to approve and sign this new business registration renewal. Does council approve?
I'll move that, chief.
I'll second.
Moved by Councillor Chris Brandt and sent by Aaron. Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. There's a harvesting request from David Miracle. It's a fishing request. David Lloyd Peter Miracle has contacted the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte and requests permission to harvest in our area in 2026. David Lloyd Peter Miracle is a member of the 1429 Tuscarora Six Nations. His request for permission to fish walleye from April the 1st to the 20th in the Trent and downtown Belleville area. A copy of his status card is attached to this briefing note. His status card is not expired. A letter of permission is attached for the chief and chief's signature. Does council approve the request for David Lloyd Peter Miracle from the Tuscarora Six Nations to fish in
All motion, chief.
the downtown Belleville area and the Trent River? Who've been moved by Chris and Curtis.
Can we with all of these harvest letters that people are coming, could we have Stephen also maybe make a note to, in respect of the land that they're walking across harvesting, that they pick up any garbage or anything that's left, well, let's keep the land clean. They're going into these areas. Let's not have any bottles or cans left laying around, stuff like that, just in the respect.
Okay, we'll amend the letter then to include that.
Yes, please.
I have a question on, I guess for harvesting, for hunting, and for fishing. Do typically when people come from outside the community, they come into Tyendinaga, do they usually go with somebody from Tyendinaga, or we're giving them permission just to go on their own?
They go on their own. And just to make it clear for everybody that might be listening, these the harvest letters aren't necessarily for harvesting, but this letter from those people outside of the community, if they are ever pulled over by the M&R conservation officers, these people show the M&R officer this letter of permission, and the M&R say, okay, thank you very much, be on your way. If not, the M&R could possibly take these people to court, and make it just a big deal. So by doing something as small as just asking for a permission letter, it relieves a big headache if they are ever pulled over by a M&R conservation officer, and that's all there is. That's what it's about. So basically, it is a harvest letter, but it allows them to transfer the whatever they're harvesting from our territory back to their home, and that's what it is.
Okay. And the other thing I think is that in our own community, the people that are coming from other places to fish need to ask permission from the homeowner to cross their land, because some of the homeowners, elders in particular, have had their fences knocked down, stolen cars were left on their property, garbage galore,
Smashed
people
bottles.
coming all hours of the night, not knowing who's on their land or what's going on, and so it's a best practice to ask those owners for permission, and quite often they'll give it. They just simply want the respect to get permission to be on their property.
And that's why I asked for that to be included into these permission letters is a note of keeping the land, pick up after themselves, and keep the land that they're traveling on clean, litter free, garbage free.
And some of them have, like, they have cottagers that they lease their land to. So if somebody's prowling around at night and nobody knows who's there or why they're there, and the landlord doesn't even know or hasn't even been given the respect to even be asked to be on their property. And quite often it's a matter of showing respect for the landowner and simply asking. And not damaging their fences or breaking down their fences or stuff like that. Or leaving big ruts for them in their roads for them to have to come and fix later on at their expense. It's just about an issue of showing respect for the people. Okay, thank you. So that motion is carried. There's the acquisition of a new wheelchair accessible bus. The Home Support Program has obtained funding acknowledgement from the First Nations Home and Community Care Indigenous Services Canada branch for the acquisition of a new bus using unexpended funds. Please refer the acknowledgement email from Heather Meeks, Home and Community Coordinator, First Nations Inuit Health Benefit, Ontario Region, is included in this package. The purchase of a new bus would allow to replace the 2019 Ford Diamond bus currently and still in operation. Although the current bus is in operation, it's aging. Included is the briefing note. And so the recommendation is to purchase the bus from Overland Custom Coach. Quote number 2512, 18U, 16A, 3W, option 2, in the amount of $209,840, inclusive of the additional cost of a fold-up step for ease of access, approximately $3,300. And so they're going to use up surplus funds from this. Does council approve?
Yep, I'll motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve the request. Is anyone opposed?
Chief, I got one question. Are they getting rid of this other bus?
I didn't say that in
I
regular. I
think they
think
were
they're
trying
just,
to donate to a couple of programs here, but they don't want to take over the bus. But they're gonna see if there's other First Nations that could use the bus and donate.
Yeah, because
And we'll follow our process of,
Of
Yeah,
getting
the
rid
way
of it.
we were, waiting for stations and planning, we got big parts in Texas.
so,
that's a Ford.
so Angela, can you answer Chip's question? Are they gonna,
She just said they were going to follow the process too.
we'll see if anybody else can use it. I know they did ask, but you have to pay for maintenance and all that stuff. And it's getting to be an older bus and stuff like that, so,
That's what I'm saying.
then you put it out for tender.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So sorry, just to clarify, we're gonna check within community first.
We check within the programs and then we put it out for tender.
Okay, to other First Nations.
Put it out generally.
Anyone can
General.
tender.
Oh, to
Anyone.
anyone that could buy it.
Yep, yes. So we go internally, like within our programs, to see if anybody else could use assets that we're looking at getting rid of. And if not, then we put it out generally.
Okay. And then if it's sold, where does the money go back to the program?
I believe she answered in there that it would go back to Good Minds and her program.
Okay,
Because Good Minds bought the other one. Yeah,
okay,
bought the bus before.
thank you.
I think that's gonna be great, because what I'm finding is now with some of the elders not being able to get out to go to different functions, this will certainly be able to help.
Yeah.
Because with my euchre that I have, the elders from the elders lodge can't come up. They don't have a vehicle and they're in wheelchairs.
No.
My vehicle is not capable of doing that. I had asked prior if we could use the handicap bus, but the insurance wouldn't cover that, so we couldn't use that. So with this new bus, we'll be able to accommodate those elders to go to different functions.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they would cover going to those functions.
I don't
Well,
know.
it says right in there
I
that
think
you-
that's kind of what she's asking, isn't it?
I think asking, I don't know if it's
Even if it's done and over.
done, right? Because that bus is for her activities.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
So it
So
would
we'll
have
have
to
to
be
see.
it would be discussion anyways.
yeah.
I understand what you're saying and
Because it's still an activity within the community,
yeah,
But it's
and if
not
the
her
elders wanted to
activity.
get to it,
But it's not her program activities. So that's where we just have to make sure.
I
Okay,
know,
Just
so how do we help those other people?
just it's just
How do we
clarification.
do that? How do we help those other
No, it's
get
just
around?
Maybe if we have a transportation.
what I'm just
system,
saying.
which we don't have.
She's just trying to get it clarified that is it possible to use it for that?
well, when we first
Don't
got,
say why not.
Yeah,
the-
double check with insurance and all those.
the
good
reason,
stuff.
the reason that we bought the first bus many, many years ago, we lobbied Health Canada at the time to get the funding for the bus, because there were many people that were needed wheelchair lifts. It was very hard that they were disabled to get them in and out of vehicles. And so we lobbied Health Canada, and it was particularly to deal with medical transportation for people who needed extra help that couldn't go in a car with volunteer drivers. And so then it's been used largely more like for social activity. And so I don't know, do they ever use it for medical transportation? Or we just use the
The home
others?
support one for medical transportation?
Yeah,
No, there's a
now we
whole
ha-
separate program.
Yeah, now we have an ambulance, we have other services at the
There's a
time.
whole separate program that's not home support.
Okay,
That just
for
deals
medical,
with that.
and they have a vehicle.
Medical transportation is where we're paying the volunteer drivers, though we are trying
But we did have a van and
what's it called, for trial running using a previous vehicle that we had through home community care with the driver that we're paying from us, like we're staffing it, to see how that goes. So we're trialing that right now.
Okay. But we did have a van one time that had a
Because
wheelchair
we don't
left.
have enough, yeah, we don't have enough volunteer drivers. So that's why we're trial running this right now.
Because a
And
lot,
that
a lot of the
has some
seniors don't
wheelchair
have
access.
transportation. Okay. Item number 9 is about the respect in the workplace policy. It has to be reviewed every 3 years. And so the recommendation is that the MBQ respect in the workplace requires that it be reviewed every 3 years. The policy was reviewed by all staff in 2024, which includes refresher training. There are currently no provisions in the policy,
No
but it is
revision.
being submitted for TMC review and acknowledgement. The recommendation is that to direct that the policy be converted to new MBQ policy format that includes a review schedule. HR continue to ensure staff review every 3 years as mandated and acknowledge that the policy has been reviewed as required. Is there a motion to accept the recommendations items 1, 2, and 3?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there a seconder?
Second, Chief.
Ogwari? And I can't tell you how much more confidence that it instills in the community when they see workplace respect being practiced daily. And it helps build better relationships among the employees and the council and the community. Is there anybody opposed to the motion?
I'm not opposed, but I want to know, like, when people that come on to work, do they have to sign this to show that they've read it?
Yes.
And it's part of their orientation, or their
Onboarding
onboarding?
package, yeah.
Okay.
There's also training as well.
Yep.
That has to be taken.
Okay.
Was it a year and a half ago? We went through and had every staff,
Yep.
So if this was,
less one counselor.
reviewed in 24, so it's coming up to review again, is it?
Next
It's all
year.
part of.
Next year.
The health and safety work, WSIB, like all those, it's part of that process. We're doing the review and stuff. Yes, the whole organization all the staff, everybody was, had taken the training.
Okay, that's good. And then, and the training is conducted every 3 years, every 1 year?
No, the review of the policies every 3 years.
Okay,
I know that they're looking at, so before we actually did a organization-wide one, there was groups, like by programs, where the staff went and administered it to the programs and stuff like that. This last one was organization-wide, where they picked numerous dates. Council had theirs at one point too. So I can't tell you the exact plan right now of how we're going to make sure that we're renewing it again, like refreshing it again for the staff.
So
Oh,
these,
okay.
so these new people that you've taken on, do they also have to do with this
There
training?
will be training that they have to have, yes.
So will that
And that can
train?
be part of HR going, because not HR, we have a core group of people that were trained to deliver this.
Yep.
So they would do it.
Like train the trainer?
Yes, there's specific people within the staff that were.
okay. And
That
then,
we're
so
trained.
I haven't had a chance to review the governance manual because we just received it this morning.
Yep.
Is this part of the governance manual, or is it mentioned in the governance manual?
That council take this training? Or
That this training is
Incorporated.
incorporated into the governance manual?
Yeah.
If
Good question.
If it's not,
It should be.
if it's not, then I request it, yeah, that it should be incorporated into the governance manual. And, I mean, I think it's only important, I know that the council did the training on this
I think it's
before.
legislated.
Can
that
we
need to
ask
take it
you
out.
if it-
She's not here.
Okay, sorry.
She's in.
Just for people listening online, when we talk over each other or interrupt, then it's hard for people to follow. So, sorry, I would just request that this be added to the governance manual. And then I know the council may have taken this like a year and a half ago, and just being a new counselor or whenever there's an election, it should be mandated that the training is given all over again. Just from speaking from the last election, when I was elected, there was no onboarding. There's no training, there's no board training, there's no team building, they were just kind of just thrown into it, right? So I'm just requesting, or
Sink
maybe
or
we
swim,
can,
that's
we
how we
can,
tend to go.
or we can consider that be a process put into place?
Yeah, there was a process that we wanted to do with you guys of having some meetings and stuff like that, and certain things, like the water training was one of the things that they wanted to be sure that everybody received, like council on your responsibilities and stuff like that. So there's certain training that obviously, like respect in the workplace, harassment, like all that, there's actual legislation that said we're all responsible,
Yeah,
that, those types of things.
right.
And we wanted to have that, we wanted to have orientation. It's a little different when I think everybody's
Well, I think it needs to be
returning except for
scheduled.
you, and we're kind of like, oh, how are we doing this?
Right.
We never did figure out a plan.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I support
We have
that.
to
So
do a
maybe that's
better
just something we can think about and,
Oh, yeah.
like, and we schedule it. And so then it happens, right? And if we have it far enough ahead and we all agree to it, then we can
Yep.
clear our schedules to be there.
And refresher courses are always good.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is about no parking signs on Highway 49. And the briefing note reads, the agenda item reads, in discussion with the MTO regarding the Lower Slash Road Highway 49 intersection, it was discussed that no parking signs be installed on both sides of the road to eliminate large vehicles, trucks, transports from parking along 49 Hot Shoulder as part of addressing the health and safety issue at hand. And the recommendation that TMC approve the acceptance of this request and provide MCR with per the MTO request, MCR wording to consist of, MBQ Council concurs, supports the installation of signs to prohibit parking in and around Highway 49 on Lower Slash Road intersection to ensure adequate sight lines for drivers and improve intersection safety.
Why did this come from so long ago? Like it shows it was sent in September of
Yeah.
2025.
I think that they just sent another email about it.
It goes down
It
to
is,
the,
it's the second one.
Like a reminder of it?
I think
Or-
so.
Oh, it was sent.
So,
and they
so in that,
responded
chief,
to?
this MCR, is there any place in there that says it's gonna enforcement? You can put the signs up, people ain't
We
They want
did-
us to ask the.
gonna. Well, I know,
local
but that's what I'm
police
saying, has
service.
that ever been discussed?
well, the issue is that M&R are
Not,
MTO are responsible for the operation of the highway pursuant to the federal order in council that was passed back in 63 or 64, one of those years, when they built the Highway 49. And so the operation and maintenance of that corridor was assigned to the province of Ontario to administer, to build and administer a highway. And so signage would be part of that.
Right. So have they taken into account the concerns too that have been sent to them about needing lights or something in that
Well,
area?
we are pushing them for lights, and apparently their engineers are working on it, and we have requested, Rick Brise get us a meeting with the Minister of Transport so we could press on the need for lights there to improve the safety of that intersection, as well as the permanent lights at the Bay Shore section.
Have we, well, the lights at the Bay Shore section, although they're hanging on straight, they're doing very well.
They're temporary.
Oh, but they're doing great.
They're doing the job.
They're doing the job that they have to. My question is, the reduction of the speed limit from 80 to 60 along the 49.
It says it's gonna be,
They say that they're still working on it, but,
No, it's at the
No, it's been approved.
it's been approved by them. And they're gonna do it at the same time as what they're doing these.
They'll
And
post
did we
signage.
not ask for, like extra, high visibility sign saying new speed reduction?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to,
We can put that, they normally do that, but we can ensure that that request goes in.
on both sides and in more than just one place along that whole corridor, new speed reduction so that everybody can't say, well, I didn't see the sign, I mean, if they're in those big yellow signs that are high visibility, then people have no excuses for not, for driving whatever in excess of speeds. But I'll motion that.
Sorry, just to take a step back. maybe we can clarify. So a letter was sent to MTO to MBQ last September.
Yes.
But this wasn't seen by the council at that time, or this is the first time that we all?
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
It's the first I've seen it,
What it came
okay. And
but I
then
wasn't included either.
No, this letter is addressed to you, chief.
Oh, well, I haven't seen it.
So the content of the letter is just asking for a band council resolution for the installation of no parking signs along Highway 49.
That email I seen, just, what was it, a couple weeks ago?
And
That was sent out to us. They said there was one sent in September I never seen, but the email that came through, I think it was
Last
last week. It was the first time that I seen something
I haven't
for
seen this letter.
requesting as MCR.
And again, I don't open the mail that's addressed to me. It's opened by staff and then directed by staff to other
I'm
people.
pretty sure it probably would have came by email.
It was an email that, yeah, last week I seen.
But this letter from September that Aaron is questioning, I have not seen this letter.
No, I haven't
Because
seen
I
that
would
one
put it on-
either.
I would direct it to go to the agenda.
Well, I think my concern is, like, I'm pro anything that's going to make that area safer. And I think I just want them to acknowledge that we're working on, or that we want
It was sent to you.
those signs, or
Was it-
sorry, the lights.
The lights, yeah.
The lights.
But I think a number of you have been at the meetings that we've had with the fire hall with MTO where this topic has been really pressed. That the need for traffic lights to be at both Bayshore Road, permanent traffic lights, as well as Slash Road to improve the safety of that intersection.
Yeah, so just for the public that's online listening, that we, in with the council before Sarah, we have been talking, we have been requesting all these, but now MTO is confirming that there will be a reduction. There will be signs set up for no parking in certain areas on the 49, but we are still in talks with them about traffic lights
Yeah.
at the lower Slash and 49.
Yeah,
This is just their start.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
just
the start.
to improve
So
it.
as long
That's
as
right.
those
It's not a
lights are
permanent
still,
Lights are still on the thing.
Yeah,
then I
and I'm going
will
to write a
second your
letter to
motion.
tell them that we approve the signs, but that's not the permanent solution.
No.
Yeah, I like that. Then
This
I'll-
is the start, chief, for them.
Okay, Angela, you wanted to say something?
The email, you got, all of council got the email on September 26th at 1:37 PM. It was addressed to you and copied to the rest of council and several staff.
And who sent it?
Franca?
Frank.
Yes.
Well, I've had to have Bryce up because sometimes my email has not been working properly, so maybe that's. what
regardless,
happened.
I just want to make sure that it's included. Like that we are saying that we are still pushing for, as you had said, lights there because this is not a solution.
You
No,
want that
we'll
in
send,
there?
we'll
Yeah.
draft a letter to MTO.
Well, but I'll second if that's okay with Chris.
Absolutely.
And then I'll second it.
And the other thing.
I'd like to add something if I could. So in addition, I think that in addition to MTO, I met the president of the Good Roads Association. And they're a municipal association concerned with the quality and design of roads in Ontario. And we actually had quite a conversation about that intersection. And I just said that maybe they could consider us as a pilot project for lights there that have been asked numerous times by the community. So from my understanding, also Good Roads had a meeting hosted a meeting here at the council, at the community center with our roads people. So there is a partnership there. There's a conversation happening there. And so I think that that's also another road that we could pursue for
Well, the
those lights.
portfolio holder should be aware and I should be aware. Were you aware of that, Chris?
This was last year, I believe.
No?
It was last year, but we were told after the fact, chief. It was only like a couple hour meeting. So
Well,
it was leading up to their conference, which was Monday and Tuesday, which the boys attended apparently.
Well, anyhow, we should be included because that affects the other conversations that we have to have.
Well,
Adam,
especially
what
if it
should
gives
we develop
support to
Well,
this
if it's going to
MTO.
benefit, if it's going to benefit the application of getting a set of traffic lights in there, then yes, absolutely. So thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. So
But we will-
this Franca girl though had already said that they were still working on that for the lights, so.
No, she assured us they were working it with their staff, but I think we need a quicker solution.
Well, you can
than
put it in the
modeling
MCRD.
it. So we need some political direction from the minister to get this done. And so that's why we've got a request in to meet with the Minister of Transport on that. So Franca Sachetti is the regional director for the East Region for this area. She's also sent a letter, which should come to the agenda, about the 401 work that's going to go on between Belleville to Kingston area that goes through the land claim area. So they need to be talking to us about that.
That's the widening.
So I'd like a motion from council then to request a meeting with Franca Sachetti and her staff. And
I'll
we should-
motion that then, yes.
Moved by Chris, and who will second it? O'Gorry? Is anybody opposed?
I'm not opposed, but sorry, can you just reiterate what the nature of the meeting is?
We're going to inform them that there's a land claim area and that they need to get our approval for any work that's being done because that's still not settled.
What they're
For
doing
the
is that
401 corridor.
the 401 corridor, they
There's
are
widening
widening the road, so they're actually going on
Within the
to-
corridor. But they need to be aware that it's unsurrendered land. And the claim was accepted on December the 5th last year for negotiation. So they need to be aware of that. And I think we need to talk about some other items with them on that. Like if we wanted to have a service center there along the 401 too, as an economic development project, we need approval that it can't be one company has monopoly on the en route has a monopoly on all the service centers. That's not fair to the band. When we own the land on both sides, have a claim on both sides of that road. So it's things like that we need to open up discussion on.
Okay. So I would just suggest if we have we request the meeting that we just go in there with
And
an
no,
agenda.
no, we'll develop an agenda.
Okay.
For which meeting is that, chief?
The minister with Franca Sachetti, the regional director.
Yeah.
And then we're going to ask her in the request for the meeting to identify a date that the Minister of Transport can meet with us. We'll invite the minister to come here.
Charlie, did we get a response back from the minister?
No.
Hey?
Oh, I thought we did.
Yeah, I seen it, chief. I had an email.
Charlie, was there a letter from the minister?
Hold on.
I can speak to that. An email did come in. They wanted to arrange a meeting on April 8th to meet with council. Angela forwarded a email to that saying, you've already scheduled a meeting on that day. So
So-
Charlie told the ministry that you weren't available because you already had a commitment.
That's when you're meeting with those two lawyers that are coming from out of the area.
But
One's
you-
at,
Go ahead.
So we cancel the lawyer one and tell them you
Well,
now are
schedule a
available.
date, schedule a date when they can come then.
But, and they haven't provided.
So that's what I'm saying. Are you denying the minister of a meeting?
No, I'm not denying anything. I'm requesting a meeting. It's a matter of scheduling.
So do you want the meeting
Exactly.
with the lawyers canceled and you meet with the minister? That's the question.
Which lawyers is it? Which lawyers are?
it's the council motion that you guys set up to meet with
The bigger lawyers.
McMillan and
Miller
I think it's
Thompson.
and Miller Thompson
Miller Thompson.
about
Oh, yeah, I'm fine
the
with
lawyers
moving.
for the
If we could
proponents.
move that one, I would think it would be better.
I agree.
Yeah, you know how tough to get a
Yeah.
meeting with a minister.
Okay, and
It's
write
tough.
back the minister and tell them they're good, and I'll tell the
Is
lawyers, don't come down.
What's his name, Charlie? Mitch Brom? Brom? Yeah. Okay.
No,
we
we
can
need
do
to
that.
meet with the minister because there's the political direction of those lights and 401 land thing.
Exactly.
Do you want to change it to a different time that day? Because wasn't the meeting with the minister only like 45 minutes or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we can do it at the same
Yeah,
time and
45
just do it after, then that's fine with me.
Yeah, it'll just be different.
Yeah.
So what was that time?
Of course it'll be in person.
2:30 to 3:15, I believe.
You don't meet with ministers over Zoom.
I thought they
Carl.
said virtual.
It is virtual.
It's a virtual meeting, chief.
At least you got-
I find those virtual meetings
We told
because
the
half the
lawyers.
time we can't depend on our system to work properly.
Our system.
And the other thing, if they have other people at that meeting and you're there in person, you can gauge the reaction of other people around that table. You don't see that on a virtual call.
Well, I don't think they're giving us an option, so we take the option that they give us
Yeah.
at this point.
Chris?
Just as a point here, yes, this letter that came to us was from 2025. But now, can we not inform the regional director, Franca,
If,
that Chris Merkel is no longer council, but to add Sarah?
Yes, we can do that.
As a counselor, to make it a point that he is removed his name is removed from any CC'd emails.
Okay.
What,
those types of things should not require council direction. That should be an administrative thing that happens.
Well, she wouldn't have known, so. he could
she
bring
wouldn't
it
have
up.
known.
No, but
just to make her aware that
so what we
there's
should
been a
do,
change in
what we
council.
should do is when after the election, the resolution that's when we notify the department who the council is, that should be sent to all of our funders and contacts. It's just a matter of doing business, not on a one-off thing.
I don't even have a list of all.
The program managers know the directors know who they're dealing with. We can just say, send this letter to your contacts.
Can we go back to several
But
things?
it's on the website too.
The wording for the MCR.
Yeah, I say there's several unfinished things here.
Yeah, let's just go back to item 10 and then.
This is the wording of the MCR.
Is one of them.
Miracle and at Sarah Law.
Well, I mean, the letter was set in September, so
Yeah, well, just to make them aware
So
that there has been
I'm
a
sure that
change,
they,
so that it's not sent out.
So we've digressed to the meeting with the minister. What's on the agenda we started out with was the no parking signs on 49 highway. It was moved by Chris and I don't have a seconder.
I did second.
Glory?
Yep, I seconded and I said that I agreed with that as long as we made sure that they know that this isn't the solution.
Okay. It's
And
been
we're
moved by
not
Chris and second by Aaron to approve send this letter to the ministry to approve put the signage up on 49 highway, no parking. Is anyone opposed? Anyone opposed?
oh, I'm not opposed, but in their letter, they ask for increased police monitoring.
We can't direct.
And we can't, yeah,
No,
like
but the
I don't
police-
understand
The
how,
police will be aware of it. We'll make them aware that this motion has been approved by council. And it's just a matter of communicating what's been approved. And that should happen as a course of doing business. It should not have to be directed from the stable. Administratively, administration should let them know that the council's approved this resolution. Please be aware, this is what the council expects you to enforce this issue. TMC approved, that motion is carried. The next item is the Derek Wong invoices.
No, can we go back and finish the other thing? So you want to meet with Franca and the minister.
Usually the regional director will come with the minister.
So there was the date, which we talked about, which was the 8th. Do you want to keep that and cancel the lawyers or reschedule them to after that? Like,
Well, we schedule them to after that, because if you've only got 45 minutes with the minister, then there's plenty of time in that.
okay, so then the lawyers, we can tell them to come at what, 3:30 or 4?
It doesn't matter,
One's at that time and the other one's after that then.
or before.
Or before, it's up to you guys. You're the ones that set the meeting time of 2 and 3.
and so just to clarify, that's April 8th, and that was supposed to be local, but we're actually starting at like 2, right? On that
We
day
were gonna
instead
do
of
the 2
7?
lawyers at 2, and then what the table said at that time was that if we can move local business up, that would be great, because then we wouldn't have to come back that night.
And what time did the minister propose?
Which is 2:30.
At what time?
2:30.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't we accommodate 2:30 to 3:15 and then ask the lawyers to come in for 3:30?
3:30 and 4:30 then.
Sounds good.
Do they
Because
need,
it
do
was-
they need an hour?
I don't know, accommodating an hour.
Probably.
That's kind of what we had done in the motion was an hour.
An
Do you
hour
want to
each?
do less? Yeah. And they're coming from out of the area as well.
Oh, they're not
so-
together?
No.
They're,
No,
oh, they're the two
two
separate
different
that
firms.
were speaking.
different
Right,
firms.
right. I don't think we need an hour because we're just getting to know them. Like a half an hour
And
each.
we're working on questions that we could ask and stuff like that.
And do we need to do them in person or?
We've asked them to come in person and at least someone to be here in person, but
Right.
if you don't want them, I can
I
tell
think
them
it'd be
that.
cheaper to do it online.
Yeah,
That's fine.
basically.
We will tell them they don't have to come in person, 3:30 and 4:15, 45 minutes.
Just schedule them. We don't need to be involved.
No, we need to be involved to determine the
give them
agenda and how
30.
long they need. I say a half hour a
Half
piece.
hour?
Half hour each.
If they do it virtual, that would be better.
Okay,
And then that would-
virtual, half hour, 3:30 and 4, and then
Yeah.
if we have local business people, which I believe we do, we can see if they're available to come earlier.
Sure.
Great.
Okay. So Charlie can take care of the minister, I'll take care of the lawyers.
Nice.
Okay,
Thanks, Angela.
So we have, so the motion that you made to meet with Franca and the minister is the same, right?
yeah,
Okay. And you're setting the agenda.
yes.
So it's going to include the Belleville 401 corridor plus,
Sign the traffic lights
Oh,
at both
okay.
intersections.
as long as you know what the agenda is, if you can let Charlie know, that would be
Yeah,
great.
but it's what it is, 401 corridor, but first item will be the traffic lights. Bayshore Road, up Lower / Road. To accelerate the process.
So you'll let us know when, what time?
So, and then I would suggest,
And Todd may have an issue with the MTO subsidy. I think there's some deficiencies there because the cost of do everything has gone up so dramatically. And it was always grossly underfunded in the first place. So just have Todd review the budget.
Well, just remember, you only have 45 minutes.
that's what I was
Well,
just
still
gonna
over.
say. And then also too, I think that we raised the concern with the proposed development in the county.
I'm not writing
Yeah.
this down. I hope you guys got it.
And then we had raised our concern about the increased traffic.
Yeah, the increased traffic on 49.
But we
40.
could tie that in with the budget.
Yeah. Yeah, that letter's already went to concerning Picton terminals. We sent a very detailed letter about that. About the concerns we had and that the Highway 49 traffic was part of the issue presented to the community. With the volume of traffic going day and night. Okay. The next issue then, if we're ready to go on then, is the, well, let's just have a motion to confirm that meeting then with the minister for May the 8th. Let's have a motion so our record is straight.
Well, whenever we find out the time.
But just, we approve to set
2:30
that
to
date.
3:15, they just said.
Yep.
They were offering 2:30 to 3:15.
That we accept those
Yes.
dates. Motion,
Motion.
moved by Linda. Eric, Curtis, motion is carried. We got a record of it. Okay, anybody opposed? Motion's carried. Next item is the Derek Wong invoices. These relate to the usually the energy projects. Invoice number 905, $20,650, economic development activities. Invoice number 906, $7,165.20, economic development activities. Invoice number 907, $12,265.20, economic development activities. If we could just put in which projects these are.
Some of them you can't because they're under NDA.
And all of the details
Oh, under
are in
ND
the-
All the
non-disclosure.
details are in the,
All right, okay. Motion to pay these invoices.
A motion.
Aaron, is your seconder?
I'm sorry.
Curtis? Anyone opposed? Seeing and hearing none, the motion is carried. Then once a year, we have to pass a half-load season limit for our roads.
This is an exemption, chief. It's something different. We already did the half loads.
I'm sorry?
This is something different.
This is a variance, chief.
Oh, it's a variance, I see. So, half loads, season exemption, we have received calls from the community members regarding transport trucks hauling loads into Clarence Road site. Josh Dock said he recently acquired lands on Clarence Road and will be regularly receiving and hauling loads as a transition point under contract. The activity has been ongoing for the last couple of weeks. He's requesting an exemption from the half load restriction. The roads leading up to Clarence Road are not subject to a half load restriction. Clarence Road as an MBQ road is subject to restriction. He's requesting consideration for variance to the policy due to negative impact to his contractual obligations.
So there's more to that, the state the issue.
So this is not relevant then, what I'm reading?
This is, but it cut off here and there's more below
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I see
And
that.
it's here.
I see that.
Right, no, it's not that, it's more in here. It's on that sheet.
Oh, I see in the first part. It's on the next sheet. I see. Okay, my apologies. That was cut off, I guess, from their email. We have received calls from community members regarding transport trucks hauling loads into Clarence's road site. Josh Dockstader recently acquired lands on Clarence Road and will be regularly receiving hauling loads as a transition point under contract. This activity has been ongoing for the last couple of weeks. He's requesting exemption from the half load restriction. The TPS, Tyendinaga Police Service, contacted Josh regarding the activity and then called me asking for an exemption. MBQ imposed half load limits as per recommendation from road superintendent on February 23rd. The restriction is typically held on May the 1st or until suitable weather conditions are sufficient for early removal. The roads leading up to Clarence Road are not subject to half load restrictions. Clarence Road as an MBQ road is subject to the restriction. He's requesting consideration for a variance to the policy due to negative impact to his contract obligations. In return for the variance, he's willing to work with MBQ to assist with potential road upgrades. Based upon our internal department review, we have developed the attached application and permit fees for request for the variance. We've experienced in the past requests for one-time variance, and we have granted, but since this activity is more than one-time event, we require a formal process. Recommendation is to authorize subject to the following. Instruct drivers to watch for kids. No deliveries after 6 p.m. Responsible for dust control if required. Installation of turning truck signage. Now, I don't understand he's willing to assist. What does he mean precisely by that?
If there's any damage to the road, chief, that he would be more than willing to pay for it.
Okay, we need that in writing.
Well,
sometime-
that's
sometime
what it
in
was supposed to
writing.
be.
Okay.
I thought it was. No, it was supposed to have been in there. I don't know where it is.
It doesn't say that, but as long as it's in writing.
It was supposed to be. So our other dilemma there, chief, is the turning, because we only own a 30-foot swath, so it's tight. So they're over on the south side trying to turn in, so they're on the shoulder, actually trying to turn in because of the hydro pole and the rest of that. There's not there. I don't think there's much that they're going to be able to do with it, but Josh's firm, Monument, wanted to help kind of redesign the corner or the intersection, you know what I mean? Kind of, so that this could be viable or whatever you want.
Well, they don't have to be in a hurry to make a turn. When you got an oversized, truck, you have to take whatever road necessary to make the turn. So if he's pulling into Clarence Road, well, then he has to drive on the shoulder of the road to be able to turn. The truckers have to be able to turn without running in the ditch. And then coming out of the Clarence Road, then they have to make sure that the traffic is clear enough for them. But what they're going to do is, if they're turning right, they'll have to take the oncoming side of the traffic to make a turn. If they're kind of trying to stay on their own side, that road is going to have to be 3 to 4 times as wide for a transport to be able to make a
So
turn.
that would
to
require
stay.
purchasing
So
property.
it is only a drivers, and Aguari knows himself as being a trucker. Curtis knows being a trucker. You take as much road as you have to be able to make a turn.
And
Well, I think there should be a sign there, watch for kids, because kids
That's all
get
gonna
on the
be,
bus.
it's stated.
I had to, Chief, I had to physically go over there and help a kid out of the way when they were taking equipment back there.
Yeah.
Because the kid, well, what am I supposed to do? So I had a conversation with these
And-
people, so
And the
we're
parent,
trying to make it better, so we're trying to sign it. Show them that, you know, there's a bus pickup there, right in the middle. But the thing of it is, trying to take as much road as you can. Yes, you're driving on the shoulder, you're ripping it up. You gotta fix that.
well, the other thing is that road has to be made promptly without any squabbles, because there's a house up in there. Fire trucks and emergency vehicles have to be able to get up there, so we don't want deep ruts and people calling here.
No.
Fix the road.
It's not to that point, Chief. It's not to
It
that
won't go
point.
that.
You know what I mean? This guy is willing to work, you know, to help make it better, is what they're trying to do. Because, you know, that's just what he's trying to do.
And that
But-
was in the email that was sent to everybody.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing of it is, you started doing it, then you come and ask for forgiveness. You should have come to us and
Well,
asked.
it's always that way. The cart's
Well, I
always
know
before
it's
the
always
horse.
that way, but anyways, willing to work
Yeah.
and trying to set some boundaries that you don't want a truck coming out of there at 9 o'clock at night. You got kids in bed there, you got neighbors, you can hear it. I can hear it, but just trying to make it better so that they don't.
Well, put all these rules in
I
the
think Todd
agreement.
had them all, Chief.
Put them all, and I guess the capital cost we need to know, is it
think it's in the
50/50 or what is it?
I believe it's in the application and stuff, the conditions. Turn the page.
All right. So does council approve this request subject to the signing of the agreement?
I will motion as long as everything is adhered to. No deliveries before a certain time of the day, no deliveries after a certain time. That they fix the roads when because there is going to be damage to the road going in and out. They are responsible for fixing the damaged roads afterwards. And in big bold letters that they drive under the speed limit, watching for children.
Okay, but I understand this is going to be a business and an ongoing activity. It's not going to be temporary.
It
It's a
is, Chief,
business.
this variance is just covering the half load.
This is exactly. This is only allowing them to take full loads in during a half load season, and that's it.
That's right.
That's all.
So they can take full loads in after the fact, but they still have to they still want to fix the road. The other dilemma we had was dust control.
Yeah, because
We know
there
we
was a
had
request,
before. It
there was a
was bad.
request from one of the contractors that was doing some,
Yeah.
a
Anyways,
building or something, asked for a half load limit on Norway's Road, and the council said no.
Because the difference is that the number 2 coming onto Clarence Road is not a restricted road. That is not a half road limit. The only road that is half load is Clarence Road itself.
Yeah, but
So
what I'm
where
telling
by
you,
Norway's, the York Road is half road, Norway's is half road, and other roads are half roads leading up to where they wanted. So the difference is this is one small road, well, kilometer, maybe not even a kilometer.
this is also an application that has to be done every year. This is not a one-time thing to say, here you go. You can't. It's going to be every year. Has to be re-signed, have
And
to
where-
be looked at.
Sorry, where does it say in here, the conditions of approval? Is that they will change it, right? Like they'll fix the road if there is damage?
Well,
Oh, right
they're
here.
they're either going to fix it or they're going to pay our road guys to fix it.
Right.
anyway,
It
there'll
does
have
say
to be
it
a
in here.
formal agreement drafted
It's
to
just a
Bottom
possible.
of the email.
Yep, I got it.
It is
conditions of approval.
conditional approval, yes.
Right.
Do you have that, Aaron?
Yep.
And the road superintendent will monitor that?
They're going to monitor it, yep.
What are they building, a house?
No, he's
They're hauling
got,
steel
they've
or
got a
something.
business and it is steel, hauling in steel, laying it down. And then when they get a boat, they pick the steel back up and they take it to the port. So they have no place to put it.
Oh, it's like
They're
a
taking
storage
it-
area.
Wherever they're buying it and they're taking it to the port, there's no room for it to store at the port. They use this as the laydown area, whatever they're gonna do. It's pipe, it's, a lot of it's pipe.
It's like a storage area then?
Yeah.
It's
just-
not going to become a permanent
Yeah.
repository, it's just temporary.
Oh, okay.
So it's-
Okay, it's been moved by Chris to approve, subject to the signing the agreement. Who will second it?
I'll second it, chief, but it's on
Curtis?
conditions, like Chris said.
It's subject to conditions. Is anybody opposed?
Nope.
Seeing none, the motion is carried. The next item on the agenda is the Salmon River Bridge rehabilitation. There's a letter here, an MOU regarding with Hastings County for the proposed road closure out for the Salmon River Bridge rehabilitation project. And they're asking for my signature and authorization on the letter and a motion accepting the terms of the MOU. Both documents will be sent to Hastings County once signed. And so the letter would be they're with the York Road bridge replacement across the Salmon River at Shannonville. They're proposed to have one lane of traffic during the reconstruction, which will make the project go a lot faster instead of rerouting it around Yonge Street, instead of closing it permanently. And they thought it might take, I think, like 2 or 3 months.
If you take one lane, chief, they told you it was gonna be another month. You're misinterpreting that. If they took if they closed the bridge. and
So they're going
rerouted
to
around,
close the bridge
it would be-
entirely,
It would be 4 weeks off.
4 weeks.
of the Total project.
Okay.
So if you do one lane, it's gonna be longer.
So then it'll be permanently closed then.
Yes, you knew that, you were in the meeting.
I
But
know, but
anyways,
I
chief,
forget.
the question was, we sat here at this table, the question was the police from coming out number 2 to that bridge, that's a
Okay.
little short piece. What do you do with all that traffic? That's what the dilemma was on Chris, on the police's part of it. So if they did close it, they could get it done quicker. If you leave one lane open, it's gonna take longer.
So then the motion will read then to approve the closure of the bridge.
They're paying for it
No, on York Road.
on York Road. That
One
one,
on York Road.
the one on York
Where
Road.
the Shanville Dam is,
Before you, what the
Oh.
where
business,
the dam, they've got to replace
Gotcha,
it.
gotcha.
That bridge is 60 years old.
Got ya.
So then I guess we're approving the permanent closure of the bridge, the permanent closure during the construction project.
Yeah, it's not a permanent closure, it's
Well,
temporary.
during the construction project,
8 weeks,
the full closure of the bridge during the construction project,
8 to 10, I think it was.
Was that what it said in?
Oh, but
instead of one
you can
lane.
Get around there.
Yeah, you can go down Queen Street, you can
Yeah,
cross at Milltown.
it's fine.
come back.
All motion.
I have a question. Why is the bridge, the Salmon River Bridge being rehabilitated, but the one on Milltown Road is being removed? Do we know why that is?
Do you need to ask the township?
The township deals, the township looks after that.
In the last 3 years, all of bridges in Ontario have been being worked on over year after year. You know, they can't do them all at the same time, but it's been taking 3 to 4 years to refurbish every bridge in Ontario. And now it's a Salmon Rivers Bridge. That's their turn for rehabilitation. And that's the reason why they wanted to do this one.
The bridge on York Road is what you're talking.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
So the one
The
that you're
salmon.
talking is on the township at Milltown?
Yeah.
That was, we reopened the road temporarily so they could do their traffic as they closed it. And they told us that they thought that they were looking at taking that out and putting a new piece in there. Now I hear that they're gonna close it permanently.
Oh,
Okay,
I didn't realize that.
I said, so nobody told
Yeah,
us
they're
that?
selling that.
But that's, right now, that's the
selling that
township.
That bridge is up for tender to sell it.
But that's what I'm saying. So do we close our road back like we had it? Now what do you do? You can only
Okay.
come in through the mouse hole.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what my concern on that is that a lot of our community members use that Milltown Bridge because of the amount of accidents that are happening on the 401, and they closed the 401, so that's a detour. And
Yeah,
most
there's a
people
detour.
from our community know that you could take that Milltown in the back, but a lot of other people don't know that. So if they close that, then that means our community members are gonna be sitting on Shannonville Road, trying to come into the reserve. They could be sitting there for an hour.
Yeah, but it's not our bridge. In a sense,
It's township.
it's a township's. it doesn't belong, that's not on our territory.
But that bridge does fall under
It's
section
on, it
24.
is under the unsurrendered land,
Kind of.
but
Doesn't it, chief?
Yeah, it falls
What's
under
that?
section
That sounds
24.
right. That's
Yeah,
under
surrender 24, alleged surrender 24. Thanks.
Can you
But
clarify
for
where am
the,
I?
the one
What
on,
bridge?
Milltown Bridge.
The,
I
The
thought it was
Milltown
permanently
steel
closed.
bridge.
The bridge that's out now at Milltown.
I thought it was permanently closed.
It is, they're gonna make it permanent by taking
No, I
it
thought
right
even
out.
with discussions last year, I thought it was permanently closed.
no, until they got prices to,
Because then there was a lot of garbage dumping and stuff like that. Is that the same place that we were talking about
Yes,
last year?
but down the road.
But
Oh,
they were,
okay.
they were gonna fix it, and they decided not to fix it,
But
just
just tell us.
take it right out completely.
No.
yes.
So,
So for the
really,
current one though, do like if we just stick on topic, because
Yeah.
we do have,
Anyway,
okay, what we should do is raise this issue with our meeting with the minister because there's the alternative route for during traffic emergencies. So we should put that on the agenda with the meeting with the minister to see if there's any financial assistance because again, it helps reroute, divert traffic for an ADR.
so for this current one, I've moved.
So we need a motion then to have full closure of the bridge during the construction project. To sign the letter,
Aaron.
Aaron, and who will second it?
I don't see.
Curtis. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried.
So when are they planning on closing that down
So
totally?
I think when it goes out, they wanted to get all their tender stuff ready so they could start, I think, first June or after the Swan.
But so my point is that we make it, as soon as we can find out, we start posting it wherever possible, having those lit up signs saying that the road is going to be closed, no traffic through, whatever, so that everybody knows that they should start looking for alternative routes to take.
And that's what they're gonna do. They are the county, not us. We're not doing the signage, they are. And they already put in all their requests, what they want to have, where it's gonna go. They have to have videos of the road, so which is what, Young Street? Yeah, Young Street, yeah, the first one. So they're gonna have videos of it, so if it gets ripped up, county has to pay to do it.
The township's responsible for
Queen
that
Street,
bridge.
whatever it is.
Queen Street.
Queen Street. That was the plan. All videoed, whatever.
So that's a Hastings County project where they're responsible for all of it. There's no money required from the band.
And they were working with Megan to say like when she wanted to know when they wanted to start, so it was all,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all in the MOU.
So
all the
they'll,
fishing was all done.
yeah, so there should be a Hastings County will put out a notice when that work's going to take place. The next item is the ECC ALFDC funding agreement for the EXA Agoma Tyendinaga Child Care Program. Signatures are required for the child care funding agreement between the Aboriginal Labor Force Development Circle Incorporated and Mohawk Bay of Quinte First Nation representing EXA Agoma Tyendinaga Child Care Center. Funding is being provided for certain child care centers affiliated with ALFDC pursuant to a contribution agreement in the amount of $106,420 for 12 months, commencing April the 1st, 2026 to March 31st, 2027. The recommendation is to sign the financial contribution agreement. Is there a
motion.
mover?
A motion.
I'll
Moved
second.
moved by Aguirre and seconded by Aaron. Is anyone opposed?
No.
Angela, was there an increase in the funding for
No,
same amount as last year?
exact same amount. The agreement's the exact same agreement, same words, everything. Just different dates is right.
And is this budget sufficient for the daycare?
No, but it's the money that we have been getting from ALFDC for years. It seems like every year they kind of say, this is going to be the last year, and then they get funding and we're able to continue to get it. But it's been the same amount, like, I was there, what, 2016, it was that same amount then.
Let's write a letter about that. What is the budget shortfall?
I don't have a number right now in my head. But that's the Ministry of Education's more the bigger pot.
If the budget's insufficient, let's draft a letter to our funders pointing out that the budget's not covering the costs.
Well, that would be the Ministry of Education.
Yeah. The next item is to sign the agreement with the ETLTC agreement. Is that for
Employment and training?
employment training? So where is that one?
Can't find it, Charlie.
It's not there. Anyway, I'll sign it after, but anyway, I don't have the agreement here for that one. I just have the one. I just have the one for the child care center.
Do you have your,
I already,
It's not
it's 42
It's
pages
not in the
long.
binder, Charlie.
Chief, do you have your
No.
iPad? It's on your iPad.
Is that what it is? Oh, sorry. It's on that pile. It was on that pile. Okay.
Shelley, it's not here, April Fools.
It's add-on. It's an add-on. Okay, so it's 2026-27 E&T agreement. There are no changes from the previous agreement. The following changes may be considered. Definition of candidate means, and that should be His Majesty, not her.
That's what it's.
That's what the change is, chief.
That's what she's
It should
saying.
be His Majesty reasonable, should be reasonably, it was in the same previous agreement. Schedule B, 7111A reads, ISD should be ISET, and it was in the previous agreement. Teamster noted minor changes to consider with the LDC to sign the agreement, and I did bring these changes to the attention of Sam, and I presumably these have been incorporated with the agreement. Is there a motion to approve this agreement?
A motion.
Aguirre
I'll second.
and Aaron. Every spring I have allergies, so I'm having an allergy day today. Done. MC approved. And then we already mentioned that the next local business will be on April the 8th. April 22nd will be the regular council meeting, and April the 22nd will be the next local business. And then we have another, the recent name change for the riding. We're removing the name Tyendinaga, and Sarah, you wanted to speak to that issue.
Yeah, so we received an email, or you did, Chief, from a reporter asking about our thoughts about being removed, Tyendinaga being removed from the riding.
I think there's a significant number of population here. I don't think it should be removed.
So it was just added. It was added in 2022. There was a motion put forward to have Tyendinaga added to
Yeah.
the Hastings, Lennox, and Addington. And it was only put in place for the last election in 2025. And now there's been, in the House of Commons, it says here, if you read the,
We weren't consulted on that.
if you
but-
read the act, here it says, whereas certain members of the House of Commons have proposed to change the name of the electoral district that they represent, you scroll down to Ontario, Ontario 8, name change to Hastings, Lennox, and Addington. The first representation order is amended by replacing the name Hastings, Lennox, and Addington, Tyendinaga, with Hastings, Lennox, and Addington. So they're removing Tyendinaga after it was only put in place last year. Further, if you go down, they're also removing 6 nations from Brantford and Brantford South. So what
Okay.
is the significance of that, and how do we address that?
Well, again, we were not consulted on that first change. When we were always under the Quinte riding, because we were in Hastings County. It was based on, my understanding was based on the county that we were in. And so we were never in Lennox and Addington County, but Tyendinaga, and I don't think it's all of Tyendinaga, I think it's anything west of Shannonville, if I recall correctly. But anyway, we were put into the riding without any consultation.
No, they amalgamated Hastings and Lennox and Addington. Yeah. Into one, right?
But when they changed the ridings and we became part of that, we were never consulted. That's the point I'm trying to make.
You're talking about in 2025.
Yeah, no, before the,
22.
about 3 years ago.
So, okay, so from what I can see is that the request, the writings were changed 2022, we were added 2025, and now it's being requested that we're being taken away, or we're being dropped.
We're still part of it, but under a different name, I think. But I think Tyendinaga should be, that name should exist in one of those ridings.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's in the first reading right now, which I believe happened March 26th. And so it's gone through first reading to have Tyendinaga dropped. So what I'm saying is that what's our
And
position on this and what's our involvement?
and that was at the request of a member of parliament, or
Yeah, it must have been made by, it says here,
I would think it would be Shelby
it
Cramp.
had to have been Shelby Cramp who requested it.
Well, then we should ask Shelby Cramp, why is she making these decisions without consulting us?
Mm-hmm.
If indeed she's the one who did it.
When she comes to use the office.
Well, actually, but it'll go through the parliamentary process, so we should draft a letter to her right away today.
Didn't she stop using the officer?
Let's ask her, see if we can get her on the phone. We'll ask her.
We're live.
While you're
Chief.
live,
You can't.
Well, I'm not opposed to the community hearing that conversation, but
Well, I think that I think if we have concerns about it and we want to be named in it, then we should address it.
okay. Let's make a motion to say that we're opposed then to dropping the name Tyendinaga.
I mean, I don't think the significance isn't lost on me that they're dropping 6 nations and they're dropping Tyendinaga.
Yeah, I'll speak to Sherry Hill about dropping 6 nations. Maybe she's not aware of it either. Can you send me the document that you're looking at?
I think it was sent to us already, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the parliamentary, it's the Bill C-25, the first reading, which happened last week. I'll send it to you again, Chief.
Yeah, it was. Writing name change. From Eric Granier.
I wonder if Tyendinaga Township is aware of that.
Tyendinaga Township falls under Hastings County. We're supposed to be a separate entity down here, technically, right?
I don't think they are.
I don't think so. It says Hastings, Lennox, and Addington, Tyendinaga.
Yeah, so the Tyendinaga representation of the reserve? Because,
Probably the township, maybe the township and the reserve.
well, the
My
township falls
understanding
under
is the
Hastings
township
County.
and reserve. Again, this was done without consultation, so I don't know what the parliamentary
But why would
process
they
is for
have to take
D.
6 nations then?
defining,
Yeah.
it used to be based on what county you were lived in.
Would you like to read the email?
Well, I will when I get time.
What's that, Ogori?
I think you're just removing the First Nations communities from it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Anyway,
that's my concern. I'm
let-
like, it
Let's be
seems-
sure, let's ask the questions and find out for certain, and we will, and not speculate, let's find out for certain.
I wonder what the other one says, that, the name change is one of 3 indigenous named locations being removed.
Let's
Six Nations
oppose it
and
and
what's
draft
the
a
other
letter to Shelby Cramp for follow-up.
Yeah, no, we are. The whole reserve is actually part of the riding. Hastings and Lennox and Addington.
Look up the Tyendinaga Township to see if they
The
are,
township would be,
yeah,
Because they fall under the
and
township,
MBQ.
yeah.
or under the county, Hastings County.
Anyway, we need to look into it further, and we will, and I'd like a motion to say that we're opposed to dropping the
I'll motion
indigenous
that,
names.
Chief.
I'll
Move-
second it, Chief.
Moved by Owari and seconded by Chris to oppose it.
And then the follow-up is you're gonna reach out to
Shelby Cramp.
Shelby Cramp, and then, I think we should probably put our position on paper to her.
So draft a letter today to say that we've discussed it here in council, and there's been a motion. Let's do a resolution that the council can sign with the mover and second. We'd like an MCR.
Sure.
And then you're gonna reach out to Chief Hill?
Yes, and I'll give Sherry a call, see if she's aware of it.
And find out who the third, because
I don't know.
email us said 3.
Do we need all 3 of them or just us?
Well, we can
just
only
go-
speak for our own nation that we
Right.
are opposed to the name change. They'd have to make their own decision. But they're probably not aware of it either.
Just to make them aware.
Yeah. Okay, anybody opposed to that resolution? Seeing none, the motion is carried. So don't run away till you sign the resolution.
What am I putting in this resolution?
That the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council have reviewed the proposals to change to drop the name of Tyendinaga in under Bill C-25 with the naming changes, and the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council remain as opposed to dropping the name Tyendinaga from the riding name change.
And then, and Charlie, you never received anything from the MP, right? For that?
No, because that's almost like a slap in the face of the community members that actually do vote in the provincial election. You know, they're not fairly represented.
I think they take the view, it's just parliamentary business to call it what they want. It's their riding, it's their system, and they can call it what they like, but I think it's very disrespectful.
That's what
And
I
a
said,
time
slap in the
when
face.
supposedly reconciliation is part of the agenda. And as a matter of fact, the First Nations are actually even insisting that a lot of the names that have been anglicized go back to their original names, places and rivers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all fairness, we weren't part of the title. Tyendinaga was not part of the title until just this last election in 2025.
20. It was 25, 22. Oh,
Well, yeah, the last little.
Yeah.
So then Tyendinaga was added, and now, a year later, now it's being removed. So, I mean, I think we would like to know what the justification or what the position is and why that request was made without our knowledge. When it was added, was
The
the
writing?
council part of that? Did they come to the council to add or to ask for?
A year ago? No.
I think from what I see, the request to change the writing was made in 2022, and I think it just came into effect for the last election, 2025 or 2024.
So it would have been the council before if they came,
2022.
so we wouldn't have.
Well, it seems during election time that this Shelby Cramps puts their signs all over the reserve.
Well, especially when she was working out of one of the offices here for a while.
Why was that?
She's been doing that for what, a couple years now?
At least a
I think there's
couple, three,
motion.
yeah.
There's a motion saying that you can do that, I believe.
So, was it for, no?
Hmm?
Passports?
Is to keep, so that, the members from here don't have to travel to her, that she is here, so they just come if they have any issues and stuff that
They want to bring up to her at her level, then they come here within the community rather than traveling to her office. So it's basically, she's just making her office a little bit more close for our
Accessible.
community members to accessible. Exactly.
There was an email that I sent to everybody from a reporter on March 26th. And it was a report from the Showtimes in Ottawa.
Yes,
And it was
that's,
from Laura, that was two things.
Yeah.
And it said early today, Liberal government paying C-25. So she's, they have it on the 26th of March.
So that's during the past week then.
So we've had two separate reporters then.
Yes. Usually any email I get, I always forward all of them.
yeah, so if you look at the right, you can see the writing here online, and it encompasses the whole reserve lines. Hastings, Lennox, and Addington, and Tyendinaga.
So that concludes then our part of there will be a resolution for council to sign, and we will pass that along to Shelby Cramp's office. And we'll ask for follow-up, and I guess we'll ask for consultation. And I will give Sherry a copy of our resolution, and let her know that under Bill C-25, that the Six Nations name has been dropped as well.
To Sherry or Shelby?
Chief Sherry Hill, the chief of Six Nations.
Oh, okay.
So we'll send the resolution to Shelby Cramp and also to the Prime Minister. And we will and then I will contact Chief Sherry Hill to make her aware of the name change of Six Nations being dropped as well. That concludes our public portion of the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council meeting of April the 1st, 2026. I'd like to thank all of our viewers online for
The other one was in Sarnia.
tuning in.
The other one was in Sarnia, the third First Nations one.
I think that's the ad, though.
No.
Lambton?
That's the first representation. There's amendment placing the name Sarnia, Lambton, one
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with Sarnia, Lambton.
yeah, it is dropping it. So there's 3 ridings in Ontario that are dropping all of the First Nation communities.
I'll also follow up with the national chief as well, because the AFN should be saying something about that. And so should the Ontario regional chief. So I'll put a bug in their ear as well. Okay, if there's nothing else, then we'll have a motion then to go. I'd like to thank all of our viewers online for joining in today, April the 1st, and to wish you all a good day for the rest of the day. And looks like warmer weather will soon come, and we'll have a good spring. Have a good day, everybody.